Here we are again in our Blogger blog. So we are at what I refer to as the dashboard. If you look over here on the left menu, you'll see that we have selected posts from the menu. And in the main part of the screen, we have our two blogs that we made in the last video. My second blog post, which again, terrible name, don't label your blog post that way. And we have welcome to my blog. Now let's take a look at our blog just to remind ourselves what it looks like. If you go to the upper left corner here, click on View Blog, and it will open a new tab and show us what our blog looks like. So again, the name of the blog is drrobintechnologytool.blogspot.com, and it has a yellow and gold background with a orangey brown banner where Technology Tools is displayed, which is the name. And then here's our two blog posts. And the title of each of the blog posts is clickable, and it's also kind of a brown color. Then over here, we have a right sidebar, and it's divided from the blogging area with this thin gray line. And we have two gadgets that are in our right sidebar. One is the About Me gadget, where it's pulled information from Google+, which is, I have my picture and my name there. And then we also see the blog archive gadget. Now, the last time we looked at this, it was empty, but since then we've created two blogs. So blog posts. So we see that we've got 2017, we've got January. It lets us know that we made two blog posts in January, and then it lists them in reverse order with the most recent first. My second blog post and welcome to my blog. And of course, these are all clickable as well. Then down at the bottom of our blog, it says that we're using the simple template, which you remember is the template that we selected when we set up our blog. And it says it's powered by Blogger. Because Google lets us use this for free, it stamps its name on it so that people know this is a Blogger blog. All right, I'm going to go ahead and close this tab and just go back to my Blogger dashboard. Now we can do a lot of customizing to our blog. Most of it is cosmetic, a little bit of it will be functional. And the way that we customize it is by using this left menu. So we're going to start with templates. So go ahead and click on templates, and you'll see that it shows us our blog, what it looks like on the internet, and it shows us what it looks like on mobile. And then below it are all the different templates that we could have selected if we wanted to. Now we selected simple, but in fact there's several variations of simple that are not variations in how it looks, but variations in the color palette. So for example, if I want to look at what this simple blog looks like, you'll see the blog is the same. There's a background, there's a banner, there's my blog post, one sidebar with two gadgets, but the color and the pattern completely different. So if I wanted to keep this, I could apply it to my blog, but I'm just going to go up here and click the X in order to get out of it. Now that was the simple blog, but there's actually different templates we can use. So let's say I wanted to see what the picture window template was like. You can go ahead and click on it, and it shows you that the picture window template has a picture in the background, which is probably where the name came from. It has rounded rectangle for the banner, and it's a different color. It has rounded rectangles for the blog posts. We have one sidebar with two gadgets. So if I like that, I could say apply it to my blog, but I'm going to just X out of it. Now that was this picture window. As I said, each of these are different color schemes. So if I look at what the blue picture window looks like, this is what the blue picture window looks like. Okay, I'm going to X out of that. And so you can scroll down and see all of the templates that you have to choose from. But that is not the only customizing that you can do. I'm going to stick with the simple template, but I can actually customize this template. So go ahead and click here on the Customize button. And you'll see, first of all, in the bottom 2/3, it is showing you what your blog looks like. Then up here, we have all the different templates. So if I wanted to say, oh, wait, what about the awesome template? I could click on that and it would show me this is what the awesome template looks like. I'm going to go back to simple. And then for simple, below it, it shows you what all the different color palettes are. All right, but let's say that I wanted to stay with simple, but I wanted to do some more customizing. Over here on the left, I have 5 things in a menu. So the first thing is template, which is where we are right now. I can also go to background. And with background, you can see over here, I have different color themes to choose from. So this is the color theme we're using, and you can see that it shows us that the banner color is this sort of dark brown. This on the bottom, this first one on the left is black. That's the color of our text in our blog posts. Then we have next to that this sort of medium orange, which is the color of the headers of our blog posts, et cetera, et cetera. So all these colors have been selected to work together on your blog post. It's a color theme. So let's say, for example, I wanted to change my theme. So I picked this green one right here, which is hideous. But you can see that it's the same idea. There's a lighter and a darker part here. There's an even darker banner. There's colors on the blog headers. So that one's kind of horrible. But if I go to this blue one, that's a little better. But again, the layout is the formatting is the same. I have a lighter and a medium color here. I have a darker color for my banner, and then I have a color for my blog headers, my blog titles. So I could pick, any of these that I wanted, and that's one way that I can customize. Now, another way to customize is to click over here where it says background image, click on that little arrow, and it gives you all kinds of images you can put on the background. So if you don't just want this light and medium colored stripes, you can pick different images. So this is a category called abstract, and then you can scroll down and pick all different images, as well as scrolling down here and seeing what all your choices are. So let's say I want to do nature and I want this one. You'll see it's updated my whole color palette. So I have this sort of grassy thing in the background. Now it's changed the color of my banner and it's changed the color of my post headings. So I don't like this one. Let's say I want this one. So now I have that one. It's updated this color. It's updated this color. So regardless of what background image you pick, it will change the color palette to go with that image. So that's another way to customize it. I'm going to go ahead and cancel this and go back to normal. Let me go back to normal. Okay, there's another thing you can do. So you can adjust the width. So I'm going to go to adjust the width, and you can adjust 2 things. The first thing you can adjust is the entire blog. So you can see as I move this to the maximum, the whole blog gets wider or the whole blog gets narrower. So that's another way to change the look. If you had a picture in the background, maybe you'd want it to be a little narrower or wider to accommodate your picture. The other thing you can change the width of is your right sidebar. Now, this doesn't change the width of the overall blog. It just changes the right sidebar. So as the right sidebar gets bigger, the space you have to display your text for your blog post gets smaller. So it just squishes it up. So it just redistributes the existing space between the blog post and the right sidebar. All right, so another thing we can do is change the layout. So I'm going to go to the menu again and click on layout. And you'll see that this one right here has an orange around it because this is the layout that we're using. It's got a banner across the top. It has a blog area right here, blog post area right here, and we have a right sidebar. So I'm going to click back up on background, and you can see we have a banner right here. This is our blog area, and this is our right sidebar. But let's say we wanted to change that. So I'm going to go back to layout, and here's one that has a left sidebar and a banner on the top and a blog area. So let's try that one. So I'm going to click on that one, and I'm going to go back to background, and now you'll see I have a left sidebar and my blog post area is over here, and I still have a banner across the top. Okay, I'm going to go back to layout. Here's one that has sidebars on both sides. So I'm going to click on that one, go back to background. Now you can see there's a left sidebar, a area for my blog posts, and a right sidebar with a banner across the top. I'm going to go back to layout. So you can pick any of these layouts that you want. You see some of them are a little bit more complex. Now, another thing that you can do is you can go to the advanced, and the advanced really controls the text on your page. So there's page text, there's background, there's links, there's the blog title, the blog description, the tab text, the tab background, the post title, and the date. And you're able to change the font and the color of each of those. Now, when you do that, you can come up with some pretty hideous combinations. The nice thing about the themes are all of the colors are selected to work together. But if you decide you want to change things up, you're welcome to change things up. Now, for our theme right here, it shows us here's the color for this theme template. And it says, here's some other colors you might want to use just to let us, not get too far afield. But if you want to just type in your own color, you can type in the color code here. And we're going to talk more about color codes later. But for now, just know that any color code will start with the pound sign with the hashtag so that the computer knows that this is actually a color code. 222222 is actually black. So that's the color code for the page text right here. If we click on background, you'll see that we can make the changes to the outer background, the main background, or the header background. If you click on the blog title, you'll see right now it's white, but we could change it to a different color, either by typing in the color code or by using this drop down here and picking it from the color wheel or picking it from the specific squares. So that's in the advanced. Okay, but let's say that you have made some changes and you like them. Then you can go ahead and say up here on the right, apply it to my blog. Let's say that you've made some changes and it's so horrible you can't stand it. You can just go back to Blogger and it won't save anything. So I'm going to click back to Blogger and it says, do you want to leave this site? Because the changes you made won't be saved. And I'll say, yes, I want to leave because I don't like this. And now it just takes me back to my plain old blog where I started in the first place. Now, one other thing that I want to show you before I finish this video, and that's how you can change your layout. So we were in template over here on the sidebar. Now we're going to go to layout. And you'll see that there are several things that you can change in the layout. You can change the favicon, and the favicon is actually up here, the thing that shows up in the tab so that you know what website you're on. You can change the navigation bar, you can change the header. If we have cross columns, you can adjust those. Here's our main blog post area. Here are our two gadgets, and what I wanted to show you is that you can add another gadget. So right now we have the About Me gadget and the Blog Archive gadget. Those came with the simple template, but we can add another gadget. And so I'm going to go ahead and click on that. And when I do, it brings up a window that lets us see all the gadgets we have to choose from. So right now we're in the basics category and there's 27 that we can choose from. So if you look at them, there's a search, there's a profile, there's archive. Here's a link list we could add. We could have popular posts. We could have our blog statistics. In addition to that, if you click on more gadgets, you'll see that there are 779 gadgets. Now, you also see this warning. Some gadgets contributed by third-party developers may not be compatible. Blogger in the last year or so updated their site, and that broke a lot of the gadgets that were currently in here. So some of them may work, some of them won't work. You'll find out when you try to add them. So for now, let's go back to basics. And let's say we wanted to add this one, blog search. That adds a search bar. So we'll just go ahead and click the plus sign. And it says, okay, you can configure it. There's really nothing to do here. other than I could just say search, or I could say search this blog now, right? So whatever I want to have as prompting text, there's nothing else that I can do to configure it. And then I'll go ahead and click on save. So once I do that, it adds it to my sidebar. So now my sidebar has search this blog now, it has the about me, and it has the blog archive. So if I go up here to preview, you'll see here's my search bar, search this blog now, here's about me, and here's my blog archive. Now let's say that I don't want the search on top, I want me on top. So I'm going to go ahead and close this tab, and I can just rearrange these. So if I want me to be on top of search this blog, I can just click and drag it, and now it has about me, search this blog, and the blog archive. Let's say I wanted search this blog at the bottom. So now I've got about me, blog archive, search this blog now. If I go up here and preview it, you'll see about me, blog archive, search this blog now. Okay, I'm going to close this tab and go back. Now, let's say that I don't like search this blog now. I want it just to say search. So I'm going to click on the edit button. I'm going to just change it so it says search, and then I'm going to save it. So now when I preview it, you'll see I have about me, blog archive, and it just says search. So you can do, a fair amount of customizing. So I'm going to close this tab and go back. Now let's say that I decided I didn't want search anymore. I can go into edit, and I have the option to just remove it. And it says, are you sure you want to do that? And I'll say, okay. And now if I go back to preview, no more search. It's just about me in the blog archive. Okay, I'm going to close this again. So you can continue to add gadgets. You will find out of the 779 public gadgets that are available, there aren't very many that you're going to want to use, but there might be a few. So it's worth taking a look through them, or maybe Googling and finding out which ones people like. There's no need for you to put monetization or advertising gadgets on your blog because you're not going to get enough traffic in order to earn any money. And I would be cautious about putting the kind of gadgets that are pop-ups that, as people are trying to read your blog post, it pops up in front of them, because that's just going to keep your classmates from not commenting on your blog probably. But take a look and see what's there. So you can also add a gadget here. You can see in the footer, you can also add a gadget. So those are all the changes that I want to talk about for now. That's plenty to keep you busy. So again, to go back to your main dashboard, just click on posts here. It says that I haven't saved anything. Is that okay? I say yes. And now here I am back at my main blog dashboard, ready to write a new post.